Hey guys, my name is Bethany Walsh. Thank you for joining me today on this quick video. I've been sick, so I'm sorry about my voice that is hoarse. I actually lost my voice for a couple days, so I'm really glad that I can actually talk now. It's super wonderful. I wanted to share a quick video about what the Lord has been speaking to me in regards to parenting, being a mom, and just all the ups and downs of being a mother. And I wanted to preface this with one thing, is that I am not a perfect mom. I struggle. I have my ups and downs in my days. You know, some days I'm on cloud nine and I'm just having a great day, and then other days I am just really struggling. And so I just wanted to say that I want to encourage you guys that I struggle like you do, and I need God's grace every day. And I don't have perfect kids, but I serve a perfect God, and that's what gives me the strength to keep going and to not lose heart in this journey of motherhood. And so the verse that I wanted to share, it comes from Psalms 126, verses 5 and 6. And it says, "Those who plant in tears will harvest with shouts of joy. They weep as they go to plant their seed, but they sing as they return with the harvest." And this verse really ministered to me because I feel like in parenting, a lot of what we do is we're sowing and we're sowing and we're pouring and we're planting. And I feel like it never stops, especially if you have little ones in your home. And in this verse, I just feel like there's a promise that those who plant in tears will harvest with shouts of joy. So even though we are planting in tears and we're weeping as we go to plant those seeds into our children, that we will harvest with shouts of joy, and that we will sing when we get a harvest from our children. And I see this in the lives of my two older boys, Josiah and Micah. They're 11 and 12. And Sean and I, my husband, we're starting to see pieces of fruit from their lives, little things here and there, because they're becoming adults. And I feel like I have such a different perspective than I did when they were little, because I didn't have older kids. I just had the littles at home. And now that with our two younger ones, you know, with all the things that they struggle with and all the things that we're constantly working with them on, I have that perspective of Josiah and Micah, and even Hope, because she'll be 7 in February. You know, I have that perspective of everything that I sow into them, everything that I pour into them, that there is going to be a harvest, and that the Lord will bless all of our efforts, in whether it's, you know, our struggles, you know, or our days of victory, that God is going to bless our efforts when it comes to our children. And you guys, I've been there, like with the death of my mother and everything that's going on. There have been days that have been so dark for me, and I've just straight up not wanted to be a mom, because I have just been under such burden and just processing so much in my life, that there's things that we go through in our lives where parenting just becomes super difficult, and you feel like you're swimming through so much darkness. But God is so faithful that even in all of our struggles, that He fills in those gaps, and that His grace covers us, and that we don't have to be the perfect parent. And this is something I have struggled so much and wrestled with God, and still do, about trying to be a perfect parent. And God is constantly reminding me, constantly bringing me back to the cross and going, "Bethany, it's okay. Like, when you're not enough, I'm enough for these kids, and you don't have to be God to them, because I am God to them." And it just takes that burden. Even now I feel His presence. It takes that burden off of my shoulders to realize that I don't have to be perfect. And something that I've realized in my own my family, that that I was raised in, there's 8 kids in our family, and a lot of struggle in our family growing up, with my parents' marriage, with our family, just a lot of struggle. And even now, as I see all of my adult brothers and sisters, I see God's grace in our lives. Far from perfect, we all have our struggles, but God's grace has covered us, and my parents did their best to pour Jesus into us, and to teach us the scriptures, and to show us who Jesus was. And now as adults, I see God's grace covering us, because God has blessed the efforts of my parents. And even in all the things that have happened in our family the past couple of years, with my parents' divorce and then the death of my mother, God's working in our lives, and His mercy is so strong. And so coming full circle back to our parenting and with our own children, is that, you know, we don't have to rely on our own strength to get us through. And God's mercy and God's grace is so strong to lead us through even in the darkest moments of our lives. I see that in my family's life. I see that now in our children's lives. And so going back full circle to this verse is Psalms 126, verse 5 and 6. Those who plant in tears will harvest with shouts of joy. They weep as they go to plant their seed, but they sing as they return with the harvest. May we as parents realize that it's God who holds our children in his hands, and that we can let go, and that we can know that he is the one who does the work inside of our kids. May we know that it's his spirit and it's his grace that will pull them through, and that in all of our struggle and all of our weariness as parents, that he is there walking alongside of us, never giving up on us, never forsaking us, and he is there just cheering us on. So may you be encouraged with that today, and know that God is so close to you today, friend, and he's so close to me. And may we not give up, because we will reap a harvest in our children's lives as they get older. Thank you, and have a great day, and may God bless you guys.